Greetings. Hi. I am Professor Burt. You can call me Jeff. That's fine, Mr. Burt, whichever works for you. Just don't call me by my last name. Kind of annoying. Um, and I think I've met most of you. Most of you have been in the solid modeling class, and I enjoyed that class, but not as much as I usually do. And that's one of the reasons that we're going to be in class, at least on Zoom like uh, this semester on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, the schedule says Tuesday is only supposed to be for like an hour, but I don't think that's right. So make sure you block off Tuesday, Thursday from 9 to 11 in your schedule. So maybe it's Thursday. Anyway, uh, it is going to be fun. Well, it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I hope we have fun in the process. And um, you're going to get smarter if you go through it, and that's I can guarantee you. All of my students, as they go through the classes, they get smarter, and that's what it really takes is persistence and hard work. Now, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm actually a mechanical engineer practicing. I still do engineering on the outside, do a little bit of consulting, which has been very helpful, and I like to bring that back into the classroom. I hope to maybe get you guys out to one of my um, places that I work at. It's like they do a lot of stuff that's outside, believe it or not, and well, maybe we can mask up and take a trip out there at the end of the semester. Looking forward to that. Meanwhile, this class is called statics. No, it is not statistics. It is statics. So let's look into that for a bit. And let me just share my screen here. Okay, so welcome to Statics Mechanical. This is where you're going to start. This is aside from the classes, this is where you're going to start. This is the Blackboard site. And if you'll notice, I put the Zoom lecture link right up at top there. So if you wanted to get to this, you click on here, and it will go straight to something that looks like this. Obviously, mine's going to be a little bit different than yours, but notice how we have a passcode of forces. So make sure you use that passcode there. And so you use that link and you use that passcode, and you should be all set. And so this looks this way. Okay. So um, but I have it starting here at this start here thing. So I've got a quick greeting. It's pretty much the same for every year, but it's going to be a little bit different for this year because we're all online. And these are the online stomping grounds, which in many cases in this semester is your only stomping grounds. But I've got links to learning units, course syllabus, helpful links and info. Um, so most likely you're going to be going straight to here, the learning units, and I've got them organized by weeks. Now I'm going to probably reorganize them so you don't have 2 week ones and 2 week twos. And notice how here we skip down to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. Wait. I can't do much there. Okay, 14, 15. We have a skipping. We go 5 to 9 there. 6, 7, 8. Um, well, as a matter of fact, those weeks are, we have a lot of time dedicated to trusses and so on. I'm going to be switching these things around a little bit within the next week, but giving you an idea of where we're going. Now, what is statics? Statics is a branch of physics, and it is about things that are stationary. We're not talking about static electricity, although that comes to the same root word, but things that are stationary. Dynamics is the study of things that are moving. So that's dynamics, but we have things that are stationary, and things can be stationary or quasi stationary. They can kind of be stationary. So a car, of course, moves around, at least a working car, but the things inside, or some of the times we can make assumptions of these things that are moving, but they're kind of still, if you look at it from a particular perspective. So things that are stationary, basically stationary, or things that are moving really slowly, sometimes those are considered very stationary enough to analyze with statics. So I'm going to start out with an introduction for units and some stuff that you should probably know ahead of time, but just maybe like a little review. Same thing with algebra, trig, and geometry, and so on. But we're gonna dive into forces. Okay, first off, forces that are coming out of the same point, those are concurrent forces, and forces that aren't coming out of the same point, those are non-concurrent force systems. Okay, and then the applications of those, some basic applications of those. And then we go into some friction, and then centers of gravity and centroids and area forms. So different things we calculate for areas. Now, the question might rise like, okay, what are we studying this for? Well, statics is actually the first part of a book, if you will, a book. We actually have books that say statics and strength of materials. The two concepts, the two sets of concepts are completely related. One builds right on the other, but it's so much that we need to cover it in 2 semesters. So that's why strength of materials is next semester. Now there are books that cover both, but I haven't found a good statics book like yet ever. Okay, they're all pretty much terrible. So we go with a really good strength of materials book. That is, definitely pricey. But then I get a cheap statics book that just has some problems in it, and I think it's like 15, 20 bucks at the bookstore. So make sure you get it. Okay, gonna use it. Don't ask me. Gonna use it. Don't hesitate. Go get it. All right. Other professors, maybe they're different. Me, no. If I say get a book, I use it in SolidWorks, right? I didn't have a book because I didn't like any of them. All right, and I got made my own content. In fact, I got a lot of my own content here as well. So anyway, learning units is the big thing. You'll probably spend the most time here because there are quizzes here, and so you just go into here, oh, right now it's these things are turned off, but you go into these things. These are quizzes, and you do them. There's a lot of them, but they're small. They're a lot of bite-sized quizzes rather than big ones. I used to have really big ones, a few big ones. Students hated it. They much preferred the small ones for a variety of reasons. So there it is. Okay, course documents. If you want to look at the syllabus, the course outline, here they are. But this is another spot you're going to want to hang out. This is the statics weekly assignment. You might want to keep this on your computer as a tab like I have right up here. Okay, and this is one big dumb document. Okay, and this is to tell you what you need to do. So for week 0, which is now, okay, I click here and I click on week 0 and it goes here. Make sure you get the textbook, da 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 da, and all these different. Make sure you get these done. Okay, set yourself up well. Get prepared for next week. All right, for in week 1, I tell you what needs to be done. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, again, these are all bite-sized things. And I even remind you, get your email daily, not just weekly, but daily. Um, and week 2, and then I've got all the the quizzes and the videos to watch and all that stuff because there are lots of videos to watch as well. Not as many as the quizzes, but there you go. And if you're confused, I have these notes right down here. And don't forget, the quizzes allow several to get it right. So um, everything, all the little fine details you need to know are right here. Okay, read through this first. Make sure if you got any questions, it's right here, I hope. If you do have a question that's not answered here, please ask me, send me an email, whatever. And what I'll do is that as soon as I get a question that's not covered or I forgot something, because that kind of stuff happens, I'll put it right in here so everybody else gets it. So make sure you ask questions for your sake and for the sake of everyone else. That's an important thing. So that weekly assignment thing, again, is found right here in course documents, weekly assignments, boom, right there. And you might want to make the tab up there and just, you can copy it or something like that if that's what you want to do. And then, use your own checking system to make sure you get it all done. All right. So syllabus, make sure you go through the syllabus. I'm not going to go through it right now. Cover it a little bit more detail later. Uh, but it tells you what we're going to cover. Um, again, more topics there. What the grading scheme is. Not complicated, but it's there. It's not simple either. Um, The materials required, class participation is important. It is um, there, and that's something I want to make sure you know of right off the bat. Is that you're expected to have your camera on and microphone ready. Okay, it's what makes you in class. So I find that people, if they the less they're on camera, the less they're engaged, the poorer they do, the less they learn. It just happens. I've talked with a bunch of other educators, finding the exact same thing. I stay on camera when I'm in meetings. My children stay on camera when they're in their classes, even if everybody isn't. And guess what? They do better. We're all better engaged. So if you think, well, what if I have a bad hair day? Well, make sure you plan for that. But truth be told, that you know, um, it's going to take you 10 minutes, half an hour to get into class anyway if you were driving in. And so, and everybody can see more than your face when you're actually in class. So, I got sweats on and slippers, right? I'm not going to go into class like that, but I don't have to worry about it right now because I'm just dressed kind of normally, except for the hat and of course the headphones. But just saying, that's the expectation, and you will do better. That's what I want you to do. All right. Um, Moving on, talk about there's a lab, there's final project and presentation that we'll talk about more as we get into the semester, and uh, other policies about cheating and copying, method of communication. Here we are, just telling you, I got my personal phone number here, and everything about how we're going to communicate here during the semester. So if you're wondering how, here it is. I try to make myself as available as possible. Some students have told me I'm the most available that they have, so that's good. I try to work really hard so that you learn. Some days I'm tired, but hopefully, if you're willing to do the work, so am I. All right. All right. A note about the disabilities and so on. And I relooked at the course timetable so it would match up with the weekly assignments here. Okay, so back to just in general, I expect you to work hard, and that is going to make three big benefits. First off, you'll get smarter, well, maybe more than three. Second off, you'll get good grades. Okay. Third, you'll be making it through the program, which is what you're hoping to do. Okay. Now, statics itself, it is foundational. Okay. If you don't know statics, you can't be an engineer, period. Okay, a mechanical engineer for that matter. But it is absolutely foundational. The study of forces and torques. Um, that's what we do. That's what we start with. Okay, I'm working on a project right now. Number one question: it's a cart that has to carry a load. How heavy is the load? Where is that load located? Like, where's it being set down on? That's what we discussed right here. That's what we got. So this is foundational. So the better you learn this, the better an engineer you're going to be. Um, so I expect you to work really hard so that you'll learn it really, really well. Okay. And the students that have gone before you, they'll tell you, I'll bring them in if you want me to. They will say, you know what? They were kind of annoying, but all those little quizzes, do them. Just do them. Get them done. Learn the stuff. Get those dumb quizzes done. And also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Um, so also the participation. I mentioned the cameras. I expect everybody. I'm going to be putting people into groups when partway through the class here and there, to do problems together. All right, and you're expected to participate, not just sit. This isn't television. Okay, this is class, and we're all going to work together. You're going to help out your neighbor. Your neighbor's going to help you out. You better. Or we sink together or we swim together. I'm gonna be here next year, probably, all Lord willing. And I pray that you will be here next year, moving through the next year of classes, not retaking. And I hope that you're gonna not, I hope that you're gonna make it through. But we need to work together participate, and everybody can get an A if they work hard enough, and they have the resources available to them. So I'm trying to do my part for the second bit. All right. So what's it going to take? First off, get the book. All right, we're going to use it. We're not going to use it a lot. Okay, I'm going to give you that, but that's why we don't spend too much money on it. All right, we're going to mainly use it for those for the problems that are in those chapters. Second thing is we're going to. I'm actually trying to figure out what I did with my book there. Okay, well, it's somewhere around here because I had it here last year. Um, so the second thing about that is a notebook. All right, every single student that has, well, I know it's not every single student, but I can't tell you how many times I've had students say, I should have bought a bigger notebook. Yeah, you're going to want one of those big, thick puppies just for this class. We do a lot of problems. I am going to have some handouts for you to pick up at the college pretty soon that are going to help you, go through the notes and get the basic gist of things, but they're not going to be good enough for doing all the problems. And that's where you're really going to learn it by doing it, and over and doing it like this and doing it like that, and doing different problems constantly. It's about the practice. And so make sure you get a big notebook, big thick notebook. Also, I strongly, strongly recommend, you don't have to if you don't want to, because I don't grade on it, but see this bad boy? All right, four color pen. The reason why I strongly recommend a four color pen is because it helped me so much in college. All right, I used to take notes in one color, and then it just got to be a big black mess. I'm like, what the? I couldn't read my own notes. All right, then I went to two colors, and then I went to two colors and a pencil, and then I was like, huh, this is great, but I'm moving back and forth, switching pens all the time. So I went to a four color pen, one of the best things I ever did in college. So, um, and one of the reasons you're going to want to do that is because I'm going to be doing stuff like this. Okay. Going to have a beam like that, and I'm going to put in forces like this along here, along here, along here, along here, and another force like that, another force like that. And then I'm going to give you dimensions like this, and then more dimensions like that, and they're going to be in green. And then we're going to take some blue, and I'm going to do some of the forces in the x direction equals 0 equals blah da 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 da, and so on. And so I have everything color coded. I've been doing this color coding for years, so I'm just going to do it naturally, and it's going to help you, because color coding is a great way of learning how to do things and where things go and stuff like that. If all you use is one color, then your brain's just not going to process it as well. And just remember, I don't just do engineering. I've also done a lot of teaching, and I've also taken a bunch of courses on education as well to help me help you. Okay, so that's what I'm here for, helping you to learn. And I love it when my students succeed. I've got a lot of students out there that are in industry. I just had one student tell me, oh yeah, my paper is getting published for my master's degree. That was neat to sit there and see that he'd written something I completely don't understand. So that was really neat to see. So that being said, those are my expectations. You're going to be in class. You're going to have your camera on. You're going to work hard. You're going to get all those quizzes done, and if you do that, I have no doubts in my mind that you're going to get smarter. Okay. So I hope to see you on Tuesday. Oh, one more thing is that feedback. I do need that feedback. That's another reason to keep your camera on, because it's a little bit easier for me to understand what's going on and how things are going on in your brain. Like if you're scratching your head or if you're writing stuff down or whatever, if you don't have your camera on, I think you're in the bathroom the whole time, or you're on your phone or playing video games or something like that. So um, anyway, feedback. I need that. So if something wasn't clear, please let me know. Okay. By the way, oh yeah, I also wanted to forgot to mention, I'm on Discord as well. So where's that? Here we go. All right. So, and on top of that, I made a channel for you guys. And so there's a channel here called MVCC MT126 SP21. And I was using it last semester, and I put in a bunch of, we used it for various Oh, this is actually, I was using this for strength of materials as well for last semester students. But I got some things from the book, and we were using it pretty effectively. Okay, it's also a great place. I can create other channels. I have one for beam and structures that we used here, AMOI, which is one of the last things that we cover. But we the students were asking questions on there. I'm usually up late, so you can throw a question on here hoping I'm there. If you don't want to text me personally, chances are I'll just get this, and maybe I'll get it, or maybe one of your fellow students will. I'm planning on uh, uh, yeah, having a certain amount of credit given for collaboration, where people are asking questions and people are answering questions. Okay. So, I am looking forward to Tuesday and seeing all of your lovely faces, and I hope you are equally excited. And I hope you will be well prepared, and we can just dive in and really start learning and getting smarter. All right. Y'all have a good week and weekend, and see you then.